was sent to the National Security to have an interview. This was like 2 years ago. And on my way out, I saw some cars parked there, white Chevy cars. And it had weeds growing all over them. I got to understand they were the Maslow vehicles that were caught up in some controversy. So I shared that, and I was like, these are...
You shared them?
Yeah, I shared the picture on social media.
When was this?
This was, the first time was pre-COVID, long before COVID.
Okay.
So when the Fix the Country Now conversation started, I went to look for it, and I shared it again. I was like, this is what is getting people angry, and they're saying that you should fix the country because there are a lot of young people out there who are unemployed and all that. Well, there was a backlash, there was a pushback. I was told that I was wrong and that those cars had since been allocated to various people and they were no longer there.
These are the cars parked
under the shed, right by the wall.
Okay.
So I was just about making my way out of the gate. And then there was this man in a car in there who saw me and said, hey, where are you going? And then I said, I became jittery. I said, I came to see someone, but the person's not there. He said, who was that? Basically, he had seen me. So he was like, why were you taking the videos? And then I said, I'm sorry. I tried to explain to him why I came. He wouldn't listen. He raised the alarm and said, arrest him. So he effected that call. And by
Do you know
time,
around what time is this? Is it 2:30, 3?
So this should be, in fact, I lost
sense of time.
True.
But this was on your way after you had done your...
Precisely.
Do you know how long you spent in there before you were coming out?
Oh, I didn't do more than 20 minutes. It was really... Because I've done something...
So it was a short time?
It was a really short time.
So he raises an alarm, and then what happens?
And then they come at me, and immediately I panicked. So I decided to share some of the photos I had taken, particularly of the white cars, which was my focus, with...
Zoe.
My very good friend.
So whilst they were coming for you, you did that?
Yes.
Okay.
Just so that, and in my thinking, they were going to forcibly take the phone and delete it and caution me and say, walk out of here or something like that. So I sent the videos to Zoe. But it turned out they were more, they were bent on showing me, they were bent on dealing with me because then they took me to a small post. When you enter on the left, there's a mango tree there. There are a number of police officers there. So by this time, a plainclothes gentleman had come and was like, yeah, these are the people who are causing blah, 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 blah.
No, don't say blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, they said they are causing problem for us already. There is tension in the system and they are trying to kind of, so...
Just take your time. So the gentleman who raised the alarm had seen you recording some video near the cars that you were on the way out. Yeah. He raises an alarm, and what did they accuse you of when they initially raised the alarm?
First, they were like, how did I get in there? Forced entry or something like that. So then they take me to the police post where we met DSP Azugu. By this time, the gentleman in plain clothes had gone ahead of us to tell everybody that I had come there, I had breached the protocols, and I was trying to cause them some chaos and trouble. So all the police officers there became very agitated and aggressive towards me.
So the way he reported what you were doing got them angry?
Yes, infuriated. And so they took me to a smaller office. I showed them my ID card to tell them that, look, I'm from CITI. I agree, I shouldn't have taken them. Let's delete it and please let me go. But they wouldn't. They took me to see Azugu. I showed him my ID card. He said, where are you from? I said, CITI. Who do you know? I said, Richard Mensah. Then he called Richard. I didn't even give Richard's number. He called OJ. And so by the time he spoke to OJ, in my mind, then it was going to be sorted. By this time, they had taken my phone, and they were looking through my chats. And they found out that I had sent photos to Zoe. That is when the gentleman started chatting Zoe as though I was the one talking to him. So around this time, they said, take a statement. They pushed me, I sat on a chair, they slapped me from the back, and they were...
Which of the people are you talking about?
The police officers. These are men in uniform. Some were bearded, they had guns.
Did you see any names?
Masks. Unfortunately, no, but I heard names like Osei and Owusu. Those are the names that I heard. So then...
And this is still in the small office?
This is still in the small office, very close
Azugu's office, near the mango tree?
Yes. So I saw a very elderly policeman. He looks like the traditional policeman you see, because these were younger, with beard, more brazen. I was trying to appeal to them that I've worked with police before. I've heard, just please, sort of go out to them. By this time they had beaten him like, oh, what will make a cry? But they was just still slapping me from the back. You'll be talking to another one, then someone will just come and slap you from the back, and you feel dizzy at once. And it's like, it was so fast.
In that same...
Well, so sad, and when I make us a many full briefing say, but I'm not paid here. What I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, we need to really talk about this. But before, Mamenda Educhumwam Rosa, I say Kenya's #1 hima, and rather Adoyesum Kwayama in Kremofua, a war Kenya's #1 of region. A morning and now my hoda chabom and I am on kwaso namachia your capital go so for you na and the go so a year my hine back up and abosom pra Nana, good morning. My making can we answer na a year or being for na nimdi for anybody in Komono many not to us. Pray. A tear just ran down listening to bits of playback of Caleb telling the torture he suffered. He wasn't resisting the unlawful arrest. He was in handcuffs and on his knees while being kicked and slapped. Check this. The torture increased and was witnessed by some big officials of the national security he thought would stop it. Believe everything he and Zoe have been saying. I have dealt with poor citizens who have suffered unlawful treatments at their hands. Think about it. This was not covert and no crime was committed. Keep doubting this consistent, frequent complaints of torture and unlawful treatment and conduct by the regime, by the regime security until you suffer it. May those defending now remember how they joined us to condemn National Security Advisor Baba Kamara for ordering the arrest of that MD over the taking of pictures of those cars in 2016. The story was actually brought to my attention by a man loud in the defense today who is now in government. There were a couple more than they joined the media and civil society to denounce God lives. Making kind of. Well, last time, good morning.
Good morning.
It's on catch it. Bibiana mne kwazo.
Ajode.
Mesi bibiana mne kwazo de.
Oh.
Dear making kind one out troye.
Aye.
Now what's here national security for their watch roy?
Almost today.
Now on TV one TV now watch rosi.
Ade minim se ni omoyo omojuma.
Because obi so adwen che say nka utie the national security for so be ka. Ansa na e bia also the sanse mu ya beto. Omoyo omojuma ne say.
There's a story in the Bible. And the question was as to whose report you will believe. As we sit here now, with the benefits that I know, Ejuma Medi, Nipa, Sebi, Omwakudi National Security in Sem, any Niama Yedia Yo Mwami, Nimudano. Stories are a Caleb, a country, you know. Any idea yet different. It is consistent. And this corroborates even more the frequent and consistent stories that poor citizens have been telling that we are not listening. And then is it not the same entity that Azugu admitted the wrongs that they committed at the Ayawaso West Wugon Commission? Recommendation, I demand say, yeah, Pakistan, Yama, Air Force One. Recommendation, no, Yaya Mweduma. Yaya Mweduma, Kaono, or that one, and a social Emma, how many men armed with guns, take this little guy, Caleb, do you know him?
Yeah, minimum.
Very lanky, small looking man, and you put him under handcuffs, get him to kneel down. I believe every bit of what he said. Nyokani na mijidi means down to back. My main came to and found in the national security and then I will not disbelieve the guy. When they look, in the phone, what they shared narration, what went on. The way Abu Baidu, and so I confirm a certain narration. Anyone said, yeah, dear bro, what get guy in the phone? And I will use the phone now. The young kono didn't come to say a color and on his way it didn't come on. Now all down. You don't do that. You don't do that.
But over time, lawyer Fache me there because when I'm running, we hold him there. Ababa to say the Yajia Tum say that institution, the Omutimi, Etu and Amombia, Omujidiemono, Omu was an Amontun Hoquine.
Oman is that institution, that institution, in free women never taught a form. I am and a design institution by a boy.
No correct.
Emrana a design institution by and Maumu to me, some we are police a Juma. No more than a police a Juma. And Maumu to me, some we are police a Juma. Jaren no more. And I said, yes, Yatsana Honiation. Yatsana Honiation, I apostle. Emra upon say, to me a demon kesi, or mine mono. A yea, the citizens, and a way and say. Article 1 of the Constitution, essay, the ultimate power, sovereignty of Ghana, Nyamina Meka Constitution Neka, resides in the people, in whose name and for whose welfare all powers of government must be exercised. Emrapon say to me a war or mind muina a me media. And I said, ye you if you are a woo share the enim never a boy near 2 months or 7 years security.
But lawyer, remember the way for us another school of
no near American cuisine said, what's the answer? Yes, ye na
exactly. Well,
India, because Wakosono, Sebi, say, Yan, what say, because Wakoson say. Dear enough, a color, of course, a Ukuchamu for ye. Say, a cast, me boy.
A cast.
Okay. Cast, no. Point can editor.
Ghana, Yanka say to a Jessican editor.
No, me, Jessica editor.
Yeah.
Cast, no. One senior na cast, no, not a woman. I can't say Stephen Amo, I can't say Dr. Stephen Amo, I can't say, one tongue, and I only pay 90% if you go. And son of me 90% if you go. Said, car no tibia, not a send if you ever. Car mumu chain, ayakoto. O mine, who you seek a mupu, would do such a bottom yisika. Ekotoka, would you be we am all the time?
No.
Not baby, no, Mura efu.
Debbie.
Mura no cry a kataka no so.
Debbie.
Me know a woman, young journalist, yes, we are near Juma. Any idea, Yesika, Koto, near Feno,
Galloper, yeah.
Any see
local government, Medina.
Institute of Local Government.
Yeah.
In fear, 20 years. Now it is your now politicians, no, about politics. Now, cars, no, I say, what do you share? ye sika ene de ye sa ntinka journalist ye adwuma yi a anka ta cars no ebeti ho mfie a ebro almost 20 years na esi ho kwa a nipa a ehwe so no bosumi bia ye tua omuka omumre so na omudi adwuma egu ho a ni asa atam sika fudo ne dia ahye omunsem so omunje nkodi na omona efata omu na cars no si ho abra oman mu nkrofo a yakọ university ewie yenya adwuma nye na wodi esika akọtọ kaso de esi okwa esei nwura na eji kaso no ho afa na journalist sorry say opese okọ twa ho fonyin no ka asem a o se utikwa pa o se waye de
a restricted area a no go area a trespassing a no picture no movement, no walking, no parking area.
Emrabe ne kansa. Se obi adina no aka na se watro ebo edan no ho no. E tire se yemra. Sa na ehihye mra wo mai mu. Ko sori a upa na wakotro dan ho se aha ye security zone tie mu obi antu ni nansi ha. Ena security zone kwa boni ben ena akoso boni ben
akotwa mfonyin bra oni kwanze otwa sa mfonyin no
enu no boni ben a
se wawura obi hyiemu a onya west wawura de hyiem
kwan hyiemu
Ghana ye bambo adwuma kuo baako
omara ni she ena se ukowura so de yam fan sebe se wafom mpo a wofum na police for chiw ye chiwa ade a ye de omo fam no sa na ye nipa ebura mo bo no abra handcuff ehye ni sem niema no ebutu fom na nkrofo twa na so mfiri n'echi no sa na emra no kire se ye de adwuma o man mu enya ade a wo se ye soso baako na omo amu minimum ade a bi mu dwen a sebe what's going on in this country?
But it's becoming worrying because I'm sure Sembusa say, Yakura na any omachinche, any di omachinano there for bebe 10, 15, 20 years. I yet to say, Obinya Urasa Tibianimuna Sokoya Bambo for national security, BNI, national Obi Obefi Obabiano, a dance your day banny inhumane treatment. If I treat nipa, utie wono some maka yenua ya okoba ya ye bo waso free wachi ye bo yem ye say ye kikansem a teze obusa na me ye hokwo kra mo treat me say eti na busa o say ya gia tum say ho de okwa torture time disgrace inhuman treatment ye dey ma wana because that's what has been happening and all of us
emra no say emra na ya hihye wo man mu a eno ena ye ewo se ye di so no efe sebe se obi aye boni mpo a na wo chi na ube abra wo be chi no article 14 say children ewo a language in which he understands boni a wa ya enti wo chi no minuti he obi an country ye say Caleb any zoe ye bechi omo ye kan say boni we na why nenti a ehusu hia no ne say ye mra pon no bi article 19 say 11 say bibia nya boni confirm say ya chro ewo ye mra humamu ato adekro no din say adekro no eye boni na so tue no so ya chro ewo ye mra po ya chro ye mra mu enti constitution say wo be wo kwachi ni pa say wa ye boni a bona mane say osimesi de ni say no aye etia emra wei enti na ya ba chew wo ka eno kire no bia na so wa ka kire no bi mu say owo ho kwan se on ka hwe esansa sembi obeka bia ye betime de edi etia no e wo court dem enu etwa ho a na akapa akwa wo so ka kire nipa no so ka kire ni se o wa akonya emra makwan se utimi efre lawyer ni a ono apɛ na obeden obeta na chi no oboa no e wo se ne asɛm no ebekɔ enti se ye gina he yen obi amo ya mane se boni wenti ene ekɔkye hwan ana afesu chi obi wie nso a se wugi ni bibi a e woni nsem te se ni gadgeta emra kwan mu no sa de kura wugi no enya ade a wuko use as evidence of the crime a woni hutumi se obedi na se ube use as evidence of crime mpo na wugi a emra ma ho kwan na wugi wie a woni hutumi se ubebiem na wahwe ne ewom se ye gadget no se wo phone se ye wo laptop this a court na ma wo kwan no webiem
but ye biem da o
se wo emra na wo di ye aduma e na emra na ema otumi se kochi obi emra na ema otumi na wo di o se wo di ye aduma wo so wo mfa emra no nya aduma
but lawyer the okay ana me hwe the attributed to the GGA president quite you say Mama King came out. The CITI FM journalist who was arrested by the police for filming the national security premises erred in doing so. President of the Ghana General Association, Roland Alfamoni, has said. He said, Caleb broke the ethics of the profession by filming the security premises. I quote, Caleb erred as far as our ethics are concerned. He clearly breached the ethics relative to Article 13 of our own Code of Ethics, which specifies journalists should take pictures through fair, straightforward, and honest means, unless tampered by national interests. Caleb shouldn't have filmed without permission, and Caleb should have realized that that place is a security zone. In every security zone, the security laws apply. It is a no-go area as far as photography is concerned, and its violation of regulation might have triggered the overreaction from the security operatives. His interest here is not so clear. From the face of it, we believe he erred. And this is the body that we all take cover as journalists. And this is their position because it's coming from the president.
Afeboni oye emra anase oye court enche bia ena multimedia efia poku ene efia poku ani ades ye boom se omu koye adwuma wo
National Health Insurance
a friend is saying
National Health
Insurance afia Jojo Kobina any ades so ekonya semusa Emma Okova Napoe, Emma police for Kochi or Muji or Muniama. Mina Midi any Mudiko court. Court no can say. That article, DJ President Akutu. The journalist who for pay assembly at from 1 year. Akwenya will say Ubisa and your national security in Kwana Okwa. What will be say, oh, what ye, the person who treats me more and I say, we person me chum for ye. But and one who can, you know, one catasu can, you know, can near chat to at the chrono, a idea in the public interest. Answer now, a decaying canoe, me now. Adia journalists look is it a matter of public interest or not?
It's a matter of public interest.
So what's he talking about? Menene nyaji. Ena me ma court ama court aka esi sudua eno na me de beye adwuma nya ne ono no ka na me de beye adwuma. Ena ye bisa ye ho bio. Ye mfa ne say we breach GJA code. GJA code no buswa as what no anything. The police betcho. Omani ni yimano ubu GJA code one. A police na cho.
There be any police na cho.
Adena with the police now say chino.
Wow.
If you break the GJA code, are you arrested by police? And if you are arrested, must you be beaten?
Well, last Samsalade, I made that say for this brief engagement. I'm sure Nami your take, you know, they be at a home barrier into when say escape that. Your take will be on.
Yeah, me, guys, now film na me, me, my CBR, auntie.
Okay.
Me, you know, a hammy pa.
I know.
Would they show way?
I know.
Color me body. Then one on one body want to,
yeah.
Hand confession is that. Why then? So I hope you are there.
Okay, so an interesting message about on this matter. An intelligence officer says that you determine Obi or no Obi Bonnie by size or shape or color. Everybody is a potential person. Obi Bonnie.
I rubbish that. Throw that into the dustbin. Throw that into the dustbin. The person who said it, if he doesn't say so, he can't get his daily bread. Is that what is causing him to say this? If the one who was treated that way was his relation, will he say what he's saying? Say onu nebusia bi anase nipa bi oben no ne de we ye na obeka ne okeka no. Ne omu ye no emra ma ho kwan ana eno ne ne wo se ebisa. Ne omu ye no emra ma ho kwan. Omu mra no mbeka se emra ma omu kwan se ye chiw na ye de handcuff egu nsa. E wo se ye de na wo ye ma wo butu fom ne ebubo asum. Omu nka nche ne ntie. Ani ye chiw so ayenka obani a waya enkyerɛw.
Yes, I'm Saladi. Me da si peace waje peace on yakasa. Well, lawyer, na dey ultimate say abem and me nua so tie dey na dey bebem mo. Elvis Akwaba.
Yeah, no wine.
Elvis Dako, one of our finest journalists. In fact, senior journalist, or not just a journalist. I call him controversial. Later, I share a workshop with Biano. O agency and minister of money baby. Questions or baby and wow, free move your boys the next time. No, oh, Baba prepare ye. You could try whom need back by a bar. Elvis is a drink bar plus other matters. What should you say? Obey my boy in the conversation. Equaba. Well, Yasabe, the moon I must say, try and come on to one say. Elvis Akwaba, you, that's for your time too. I'm sure sweaty lawyer something lad in come on here do one say. Now you agree to the work?
Oh, Bibia Okabe mini adwin 100%.
You are not bothered about say, the president of a professional had a contrary opinion about.
Oh, no, the Oka and Nyasa Sambian.
Oh, Debbie.
Never one statement Oka says if it is of public interest. On what can when the statement no can into how then do you go ahead to condemn the gentleman? On person catch me say ampa sa brand any kwakocho car say di o man sika na di ato say ampa say na caliber can say do kwotwa master car say park over a ban sika di ato cars ye toy answer na MPP aban ba power MPP aban is in their fifth year okay in office now say still cars need to one pro on person catch me say any national interest and
go through the process.
Which process?
Go through the process.
Is it this? Which process? Appointment. Book an appointment. Yeah. Is it every time you book an appointment?
David.
See, journalism, people should understand that there are several ways of doing journalism. More beyond the restricted journalist say, everything you do has to go through this process. So, me Felisa process me far, me some kind of information now. I will use another angle to get my information. And then Anas, Ejumano, even FIFA, let me ban a month for because of Anas Ejuma. I want to ask those who are making the argument. And ask Kobisa permission, say, question your antimatis, I would bribe.
Daddy.
And the person, me call from you, I would bribe. Why the member was that permission? You see, so there are some things wrong. Mama Emma, Asamono, baby, Edano, my anchor. Me say, in yes, you have the interest of public and national security considerations, no, they clash everywhere in the world.
But I almost they are an island on their own. The public ne say yen and amuye jumama yen. It is the amuye ne pese yehu. Almost catch ye saying, and then be omuye bia na say den. Ye yehu.
And there is this conflict between public interest and national security considerations. And yes, I've never been a war. Okay, America, you're chairman for filming public buildings. Okay, UK, you're chairman for filming public buildings. It is because of this need of the public, say, and see who they are, and almost say they be and then for me, for national security to arrest somebody, say, we believe, say, I tried no photographer and yes, I will buy her. And you're the for Ghana. You are safe for any answer. But sir, you go ahead to give the gentleman the kind of treatment. And the end and the end believe the gentleman can say the way they raided CITI FM. MIA believe say what the gentleman is saying might be true. And I'm going so who coach you be sitting by CITI FM, is it an armory? I wonder year 2 or 1.
And I'm a king intelligence officer there, but I want to say you are not a determinant of how the security should operate.
And I may be sano. Intelligence when exercise CITI FM be 2 who to omukwa. 3 pickup trucks.
But you don't know what probably they might have.
They have nothing. They said they are going for a video. They didn't. The information in Chester they were going for any ammunition. And it's a CITI FM that's an established institution. Obi any be a CITI FM war. Now see nipa ba ko pe e wo be video bi akodi ho na wo kodia. What for 3 pickups of policemen, plain clothes and uniformed policemen. Ono mo kite AK-47 ye be 7. Adem boni ben na the boni ben krentia. I say the cars back miensa with armed policemen. Eddie Cosity say a video. And then intelligence when the CITI FM now, I could be was a police for some video or be shoot to them. Is it, you know, I don't know the public spectacle. I'm put it up in going to CITI FM no. Clearly shows say whatever the gentleman is saying no has to be believed because they demonstrated publicly that they are not friendly to people they are dealing with by their own actions. By going to CITI in that manner, why am I fast to call Honomono? And my credence say they are branch any kind of imagine. What stops you from one policeman going to CITI FM? Say, you're paying so Afro, I say, video be a on family or so on family, Jumara. And now, who there, Jumara? The person assembling in an NSU. It's yes, my son, Pano, not young, I am corner, the saying. What will have happened? So, why do we need policemen with AK-47 rifles? And we have seen the CCTV videos. They can't deny it because the video is out there. CCTV videos are police from Rufi come as if they were in the war field with AK-47. Actually, one journalist.
Well, in Colombia, mate, you know, almost the national security for the entire Kasa. In Ghana, for him, the Akosu, Nomusu Kasa. Even though say import of the guy's visitation, they use the word deception. Guy came through a deceitful means or shobi. Anna the minister's office. Na enye kure. Again, there are specialized vehicles here. Any kwanse even the kind of vehicles or now you know, this is what the guy was filming and talking about certain things that not enkuye. That's the
brand can side in the yeah. So almost
they don't talk.
And that's why I'm why is it that in America the national security speaks on issues if it is important? Obia be track cars, some fans say mass lock cars, but be track cars be until to me because they are brand and they can say mass lock and engine now. Say no why I know. I know what's the implication about that. Because even the Joint Chiefs of Staff in America, they organize press conference and brief the public about things. And the many of just say, you see Yankasa. Yankasa saying, are they more powerful than the Joint Chiefs of Staff in America? The Joint Chiefs of Staff in America say, all the security heads, ACM, I'm a map a press conference, I catch your mind and say, I said, we say, net here. And the more be catch them national security in Casa, are they the only national security in the world? Yeah, who national security around the world who come out to explain issues? There's someone here can say, I brand this more bono. The treatment in their manner no. Mu titil, mu torture. The entire GAD say, a crime of fast with the call CITI FM no. I'm a say you are not friendly to people. Because Nipa back on the call CITI FM, oh, Samuel Sana Bernard. This is what has happened. Caleb is in our possession. But you saw the identity money Nipa say. Into your Bamuma is Sanipano, Penny back on Kai, and all this spectacle will not have happened. But for you to go with 3 vehicles, can it do now? Police for roof, you can as if say, some warfield. Not police Nikita AK-47. Read the narration by CITI FM staff. Almost a cow when they saw the police with the guns and the anger with which they came. Some of them started running. Total trauma. Is that how we have to work in this country? It's a democratic country. And this is more PBB. The entire can say this is the action you put up in the full glare of the public at CITI FM. And in your hidden place, who said the Akalepo can to me? And this has been a consistent narration by anybody that's directed by national security. And then what are we talking about? Is that national security action be an Oba no Abetantro? Is that what we are trying to believe? Are they? In the Obi among betting be Oba no Abetantro, Munyan Pikrano Ababe Kazamabon. As I mean, please, national security is there to protect this country. They are not there to be intimidating the citizens of this country.
Are they intimidating?
That is what they have done. With what they did at CITI FM, with the action they put out at CITI FM, clearly they are there to be intimidating the public. And nobody should entertain that. Because if in the public, a man for any war, this is a media house, you must be aware. If you are security alert, you must be aware that they have CCTV camera. And you go and put up this spectacle, and the video is out there. And you want to tell me that in your hidden cupboard, you are rather more civil. How will I believe you? In your hidden cupboard, look at them say you are more civil than what you put out in public spectacle. How will I believe you?
Okay.
Because I believe you to be more careful because you know the way you're public. I'm not for me. But if you could behave this way in the public, how do you expect me to believe you say in your own cupboard there are public spectacle when you don't do worse than that?
I feel no kind when my main car service dark senior journalist now. And if you get in kind of something like that, didn't come in your Caleb, in your Bazoi, on some CCA, on the national security from community. And other matters, in yeah, caution, you be the galam saying, come on, a brave ma, fix it in Swadron Chebe Baba, not in the PJ. It's a special day for our Muslims, brothers and sisters. And Kremofore Koso, like I said, this is your day, this is your special day from the chief imam to the last person. We wish you Eid al-Adha. So every Muslim, and a special day, enjoy with the family. But Amarinfi, baby, our my gun and be COVID won't share, as you celebrate, as you enjoy, as you have fun, observe the protocols. They're very, very important. Now we have a new minister, Lands and Natural Resources.
There's my national security force. National security people say they are serious institution. Me pacho, omunye carport and talk power. And it is a master of cut on the cars. You will come on a deep that the catcher say cars and the price are inflating to mumpe because munti na cracker no buy. But mu compare prices, mu say cars no, ono mu talk no, mu di be atu so into mumpe mu talk no. And there problem about all these mass cars. When they never got a prosecutor no Chroma say, yes, more inflated price of cars. Yeah, and it's a car not the public money at on a pro no because can want them public in one. They are prosecuted the people that were accused of inflating the price and can be in here. Why should the national security premises become a carport? The master can turn the car. No to me, Tom. I say if I go national security, but at the national security, do more no.
Zone is secured.
That's secured for what? Secured for security and intelligence. It's not secured for selling cars. Please, we need to be able. Only say ambulances are. Yet toya and the mama now are binary jet is a substandard. Only say a national security premises. Oma he who say me talk ama one man specification. Makoto car na about service with auto substandard can mean pay. Mean ye. Na me made the who oma he na court. Say what's man say me to do who in the substandard. Why when I say can wo? And then me koto car no ba na second one. Ba can wo.
They say open.
And that open. So why is the government is in possession of the ambulances they have rejected? A pack on national security premises. Please, governance, see, let's not reduce institutions to certain level. Obiabe here, on himself, now what you need to 33 or Atiwa Forest. Some year galamsey.
Yeah.
I'm talking national security for. Because of the way you do your things, Robi couldn't inquire was it be a national security. Nipa 33 actually omo accuse omo year galamsey with Atiwa Forest. Almost because of national security. Information Minister and the next objection said they be more money national say national security. So if the national security is being alert and smart, they'll realize that kind of poster no Emma amount for so they should desist from this kind of monster lifestyle as if they are intimidating the citizens. Because and then I can only security cry. It has moved to cyberspace and artificial intelligence. And yet, all the COVID by a US a one sickness. A biological weapon. Damage across COVID across two atomic bomb to me kunipasa. So North Korea for atom bomb no mokano. Ye two and necron to me kunipa COVID de kuma that's a kunipa. Nti ye ka security ni ehwa asema. It's no longer about say make it to a middle run nipa. Yes, sir, national security. This notorious name why they almost say national security oko ya be bro ya be we say no. It is not good for their own image. It's not good for the institution's own image. If they want to be respected, one person man for boom say we no mu boy ho ban. Sa suban no ese omo kasa mu nyai. One of timu yes say omo yi omo nyina di. No mo fa enkrofo a omo ti security and intelligence ase. Omo de be yi adwuma be bo omo. But this kind of showmanship and I make an say ohwe CCTV video CCTV from release say time omo ba ho this is what the ohwe oyembe show say who na we adwuma ho na all of a sudden, from nowhere now, come and stab na police for real na obi akute AK-47 man me kwa me dwane. Because me nim the SCA na so police for we feto e be rami officer me dwane akotete. Ye nyesa ye Ghana for ye nya omo bone bia. Ye amfa want to was on intimidate ye. Ye de omo to was on protect ye. And if in public in make me behaving in this way and there's obi call no be catch ye say omo atocha na ye be giedi. Because we have seen a sample of what you have done in the public. Please, they should refine their way of doing things. Obi and customer national security engagement. Also, obi breaching protocol. Wabetran tro. The law against deception and will punishment which in a Fakoma police said nipa we abeye deception. Police said the man munya investigation and prosecuting case. You don't have the right to beating the person in your office. Send a nipa allergy. On himself modern Ghana for national security on bedu ene. Omu laptop to omu phone still on national security ho. Emrabe nema national security person, and a Ghana police and anybody say, Uchi Obia, go through the phone. There's a high court ruling actually say, no security agent has the right to go through anybody's phone without a court order. Now we are fix the country, the more for accused of colonial phone. Minister of Information issues say, your moon yes, because Emra of man with on my team or parliament police station because without my they were going through my phone. They went through my phone in my presence at Parliament police station. Police watching my phone. They were looking for what have I record. They want to delete it on my phone. And these things we say mom who say Emrano must see me my breach and will be a breaching on Mudijman. And the same Emrano catch say they can't do this, they can't do that. So you cannot be breaking the law in order to deal with me who has broken the law. We are all within the confines of the same. Sam Rana was in Mebusuno, and once the catcher will say, Uchimia, won't me go through my phone unless the court order. But in my presence, the police were going through my phone looking for whether I've recorded anything they wanted to delete it. It means so because them say national security went to their phone, and because it happened to me in my own presence. Parliament police station.
Okay, so unfortunately, but a lot of text messages, just a few ones. Good morning, Omahine, and this is the concern of somebody. We should just condemn what our good friend Caleb did. There's no smoke without fire. A journalist is not above the law. What's your response to that?
You see, me bacho say, yeah, me beside the question. Until no mami answer. And it's a Caleb call and a national security person for two no bo big no kuna. Because a Caleb man in charge because a national security installation. Is that what they are telling me? So bet me catch national security, ni bet me breaking the law without it being filmed by a journalist. It is a breach of law. Then you are telling me something. You see, let's understand. Obian himself journalism, no. There are various aspects. So me normal story that is not investigating anybody, not to expose any crime. I will go through the procedure and seek for permit. But when I'm going to expose you for something that I know that you won't grant me the permit, so I have to find my own way of getting the information. There are two different things. People should not create the impression like journalism only one way. Inti Caleb Kodru no who say national security person fail to pay boom no kumobi. Now the catch themselves because they've written said no photography. A security installation only coin so Ghana phone ni what say national security affair to kunipa. So bet me mami answer say eyampa ya no photography to you kunipa of yes ultra. Then I'll agree with the person.
All right, Ordeal Mpensenpensenmu say Samson Lade is just being emotional in addressing the issue. Is it a known fact that security installations are no-go areas? that's taking of photos and are prohibited. Do you remember your tour to the red light district here in Amsterdam with Efia Pukia and the late Kaba? Were you able to take pictures? Did Caleb go there by the legal process? As for the molestation, it was too much, but it serves him right. There's too much lawlessness in Ghana.
But the red light district, people have done documentaries about it. In terms of that kind of thing. The same red light district, someone to me and travel, you know. So besides the documentary, did people find ways of getting the video? It's a journalism. I can even know, say, idea we, yes, mammy, but say me, what GDS idea is mammy, no, and yamra, met me a boomerang. I'll go and do it to challenge the status quo. And the more we are creating impression, one side is written, say, men, you know, and yet slavery, and maybe better not a it was legal. Say slavery, the right thing to do. Emira society making say the right thing, they change the law. And the fact that there's a law today does not mean that it is sacrosanct and cannot be changed. And as some beside, baby, actually say no photography, no. Chere one statute, Emira bakupe wo gumra or my woman say, untumi tra photo ha, and just say ucha. One law, you should quote one law, and the punishment subscribe to it. As I've said, there always be a clash between public interest and the security. And the journalist is searching for public interest. So the journalist and national security clashing is nothing new. But the fact that they went ahead to assault the gentleman is what we are talking about. And the fact that we cannot slide behind the fact not photography. And even if something is going wrong, it means that we can't say it because it's a no photography. It is not like that. Oh, man, that
okay, so happy birthday, Honorable Michael Esiedo Nkwa, constituency organizer, NDC, Bebieni Anyasho, Bekwai. A lot of your text messages are in. Hey, I'm not funny here, Trim so say central for. We think we are above the law. I don't know, but that's not what we have demonstrated.
Nobody has demonstrated. I'm saying that if you arrested Caleb and you say deception and all that, the national security has no power to prosecute anybody.
Okay.
And the best thing you say, Akoya Abeda Adayen, you say, what you say, evidence, the police for Munje, Namunya de, Munkonya, Namufano court. Nobody will be against that. But the fact that you detain the person, now, so what bono? And you loaded 3 vehicles with policemen with guns to invade CITI, and no one sent the air. Obi and Kaza Sanka, National Security Chief Caleb say, Ube Tran, Treso, will be with National Minister Office, Nipa no be anywhere friend is. Number 2, Ukacha Nipa who appointment, Usu Uni appointment, and what die. And therefore, it is invasion of what? Our property. And deception. Into the Omama police, or Mushu prosecute Caliber. Obi and Kaza the National Security, yes. Okay. They can say you detain the person. You handcuff the person, or so Bruno. And I had the new hobby, they are Calabac and Musumunkasa. But Calabac also, I can ask them, but your video now, who say, Musista police only 2 echo round a month for City FM. No? And then my I didn't say, said there are any panini or how Musha Mupumbet me, say no. And then the Amunkana more there, and the Panama and the BB, I don't know better than you.
Good morning, Omahene. What lawyer Ladi Ayeni said is right. In fact, some of the policemen don't even know some of the laws, they just misbehave. Keke. Omaini, if you were treated in that manner, would you be happy? Also, there about.
But don't mean that question back home.
Yeah.
Why now I could you in America? Why now what 2 me pound US in America? But Emra Edward Snowden, and Julian Assange of WikiLeaks, a breaking into American security intelligence system. And leaking information. What is on my fatuako? On my almost they are using the legal process to be able to get them back to America for prosecution. America will be said, into standard security plan, they were doing illegal surveillance on us, the citizens. Say, next time, no say, information to drag. America for them say, national intelligence service, spy on them. And you know, America would have used a tool say, Britain, chairman for Ediaba. But they couldn't do that. They are using the legal process to get the people back to America to prosecute.
Elvis Dako is a journalist, season 1. I end the conversation with another comment from a journalist, Agama, or Bono region. A journalist is like a CCTV camera. Without taking permission, it captures all your movements within its reach. If what you did is right, no problem. But when you go wrong, CCTV footage is very useful. Joined by Elvis Dakwe, we wish you the best of the holiday today, especially our Muslim brothers. Bye-bye.